All right, so going to talk to you guys today about how to build a challenger brand. This is something that I get really excited about talking about and doing every day in my life. And so one of the things I thought would be really cool is to start out with a little 2-minute guided music-driven meditation. And so we're gonna turn the lights down. We're gonna turn the music up, and the whole goal of this is so that you guys can see if you've done guided meditation before. This is going to be like a little bit different, hopefully, than what you've heard before. So and just feel free to close your eyes, relax, breathe. It's only 2 minutes. You guys are going to make it through, and some people are going to do a standing meditation, which is pretty awesome as well.
This is Wave, the music-guided meditation experience. Settle into a comfortable position, and when you're ready, close your eyes. We'll start by breathing to the beat. When you feel the beat and vibration, inhale slowly. Use the belly to draw air in fully and deeply. Then exhale when the beat's done. Inhale. And exhale. Nice, slow, and full. Inhale. And exhale. Now as the track continues, find your own natural breathing rhythm. With each breath, try to connect with the sensory experiences created by the music. Drop from the level of thinking into the level of feeling. With your mind open and your senses switched on, you can find more value in every moment and form deeper connections with the people around you. Now, with the next exhale, open your eyes and rise.
Thanks for meditating with me. So I'm Mason. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Wave, also the co-founder and former CEO of Y7. My wife's the CEO now. Yeah, I'm excited to be here and talk with you guys about building a challenger brand. So just to give you a little background on what Wave is the world's most immersive at-home music meditation experience. So we've created a meditation cushion that enables you to feel the beat of the music in your body. And then we also have an app that you can download in the App Store if you want to just go app only. But it has all original content. It's all music-guided, or music-driven guided meditation content. So it's pretty differentiated from a lot of the kind of current offerings out there. And then also I'm the founder of Y7, as I mentioned, and Y7 is sweat dripping, beat bumping, candlelit yoga. We started that company in 2013, and it's been really fun building that. And so one of the things that I get really excited about, as I mentioned, like every day, is to get up and be able to build a challenger brand. And so I guess some people would ask, like, what is a challenger brand? And so I believe kind of that a challenger brand takes age-old products and services and reimagines them for the modern day consumer. And the thing is, like, these products and services usually have like really good benefits, but they've been like really burdened by misconceptions or stigmas or things that have made things get in the way of like wanting to realize the benefits of those products and services. And so this is the kind of current perception, or has been the perception, of yoga on the left-hand side. And then over the past 6.5, 7 years, we've been able to work on shifting the perception of what yoga can look like, what yoga can be. And so this is just, you go on Google and search images and you can kind of see what's going on here. And then 6 years later, was really excited about having my own meditation practice. And this is the current meditation, or current like perception of meditation visually, if you go and type meditation into Google. And so I put together 10 principles. I'm sure there's more, but these are kind of the things that have helped me over the past 7 years building both these brands. And hopefully they'll be helpful for you guys too. So the first thing is like take a stand for something. Don't like put a flag in the ground, like really take a stand for something and don't waver. And I think the hardest thing about that is that a lot of companies are like want to please everyone all the time. And you have to be okay with certain people like loving what you're doing and certain people being like, okay, that's not for me. I don't get down with that. And that's cool. And so I would say like it's really important to, if you want to build a challenger brand, take a stand for something and really do something different. And so I'm going to play you a quick video of, this is Y7's anthem video. And this is kind of us, you know, we did this 5.5, 6 years later after starting, but it's us like continuing to reinforce what we stand for. So I'm going to play this for you guys and just turn this mic off so it doesn't.
We are a tribe called Sweat. Free flowing, sweat dripping, beat bumping. We welcome all who give their all. One family formed by sweat. Sweat is our sacrifice. Sweat doesn't judge. Sweat is cash money, and we earn every drop together. We flow 60 minutes and give 0 fucks. We believe in gritty over pretty, in practice over perfection. That the toughest bonds build the strongest minds, and clear hearts are only found on dirty mats. We can't stop, won't stop, reaching beyond our toes, fearing nothing to gain everything, finding our light in the darkness. And when shit gets real,
we sweat that shit out.
That was the video that we worked on. And so that, yeah, like just going back to that one, like we're just putting a stake in the ground. And there's some people, we get people all the time who like love Y7. There's other people it's not for them. And that's cool. But I think without having that tension, you really can't build a challenger brand. Next thing I want to talk about is challenging the status quo. So this means challenging the status quo with everything that you're offering. So really like going hard at what have people done traditionally and what are we going to challenge and do differently. And so one of the most interesting things that actually isn't on here is like that a lot of the meditation offerings right now lead with the negative. At Wave, we want to lead with the positive. So a lot of meditations, you open them up or you go to them and they're very focused on like stress, anxiety, depression, and that obviously we want to help with that stuff. But what if you could lead with the positive instead? And then kind of more tactically, like everything we do at Wave is to challenge and see if we can do things better, differently, and attract a whole new crowd. So like meditation voices, right? We all know the whispering angel voice. What if the voices were down to earth and relatable? What if instead of wind chimes and rain, we had modern music that could actually help you flow through your meditation? What if instead of telling people you had to sit perfectly, you could lay down and that's okay? What if it didn't have to be done in silence meditation? It could be enhanced by music. What if it didn't feel like a chore and it was something you look forward to? What if it could be as easy as listening to music instead of feeling super hard to do? And like, what if we didn't just show pictures of perfect sunsets, but we showed like real life houses, apartments, like where people are creating meditation practices? And so, yeah, when I say challenge the status quo, it's like through and through, like everything that you do. I really love this one. This is like, I highly recommend if you're a new company starting out, or even if you've been around for a while, but building a long-term partnership with creatives. So, and by creatives, I don't just mean design only, like people who can design. I mean people who can concept ideas, people who can write copy, like all these things that go into the process of like what I call creative partners. And I think there's two things that I would recommend not doing. One thing is, I wouldn't recommend, if you're not able to do this on your own or don't have experience, trying to do it yourself. I've seen a lot of companies where you're like really trying hard to get stuff out there, and it's just like long-term partnerships with creatives can provide like a really added benefit of like different perspective and allow you to like deliver things that like you, like Sarah and I knew that the kind of brand we wanted to build for Y7, but it took like Brad, my creative director and co-founder, like really opening our eyes to deliver it in a different way. And the other thing I would say is like be really careful of like a new company getting delivered this like $100,000, 150-page brand book. Like if someone gave me a McLaren, I wouldn't know how to drive it because it's like a multi-million-dollar car. I have no idea what I'm doing. So I would say like build a long-term partnership with creatives where you can work together and they're almost like your friends, and you work with them over time. The next thing is like really make sure to have a mission, vision. I know this stuff seems like standard, but it's not always standard. Like have this stuff is important. It's for your employees. It's for your employees. It's for your clients. It's for everyone. So I think like just really make sure you have this stuff. At Wave, we want to inspire and empower your mind. We believe that if you use your mind to maximum potential, you can create positive change. And to us, like creating positive change in your life is making waves. So I think like having this stuff really clear and having in the beginning is really important. And then I love this quote, people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. So you can talk to people all day long about features and like all these different things, but people buy why you do something. So tell people what you believe in as a brand. Focus on being great at one thing. So yeah, I mean, I think here's a good example. Like in the yoga world, there's like 800 million different levels of classes. At Y7, like 90% of our classes are one framework, Vipassana Hard Vinyasa. And we did that purposely because like we want to make sure that people have limited time, they have limited capacity to talk about what you offer to people. So being great at one thing is like really important, especially when you're starting out, in my opinion. Tap into pop culture. So what's really cool about tapping into culture as a challenger brand is like showing that you understand what's going on in culture, tapping into culture. The key that I believe with this, and I wanted to have like I have like 50 examples probably of this between both companies, but the key is like making sure that it's relevant to what you offer. So for a Y7 example, like we play a lot of hip hop and a lot of fun music in class. We had just built Flatiron. Our studio was up 4 flights of stairs. You may have seen this picture on Instagram before, but like it was just so relevant because we're offering music-driven yoga. This is obviously a Drake lyric. You got up 4 flights of stairs. You were super angry until you saw this, and then you like laughed. And then with Wave, it's just like playing into culture, right? This famous painting, relaxing, putting the bolster in there, and then like having people recreate the photos. So yeah, next thing is try, fail, try again, succeed, scale. We hear this all the time, but it's really important when you're building a challenger brand to try. I would say don't go off brand and try stuff, but this was a fail for us, in my opinion, but it was fun. So we thought it would be cool to replicate like all of this old like music artwork from the 90s, and we thought people were gonna like love it and get it. And so we spent all this time doing like animated graphics and $100 washed out t-shirts and no one cared. And now people kind of want the shirts now, like 3-4 years later. But it just didn't work. We spent time, but it was like we had to try because we were trying to push the limits on what it could be. Next thing was when you do succeed, like make sure that you celebrate it as a team and then scale the shit out of it. So like the first time we did Beyonce themed yoga classes, we sold out entire day, and we were like in this tiny little pop-up, this like little small space in Williamsburg. We had like all these classes, lines out the door, and like I was like, oh wow, like yoga, like using music to trick people into yoga so they can then have the benefits of yoga, like this works. And so now we do like all these theme classes. So take a minute to like recognize your wins and then replicate them. Establish and leverage colors beyond your logo, like this is super important to me. So if you guys know Y7, you know that everything's black and white, not just like our logo, but like if you go to our website, if you go to our Instagram, if you go to our emails, if you buy our merchandise, if you sit in our studios, like everything, like use colors, like, and use them consistently and own them because they're really important. And here it is for Wave. Like we're just getting started. Wave is only a couple months old, but we're gonna continue to use this like special hue of yellow that we've put out to the world. So yeah, like think about colors, use them. Deliver consistency. This is 4 different Y7 locations. Doesn't matter what studio room, once you get in this room, you're home. Consistency is so important. It's like everything from your emails to like anything you're doing, just like consistency is just mad important, and like sweat the details and really focus on being consistent across the board, no matter what you're doing when you're building a challenger brand. And the last thing is be authentic. So I've seen it creep up at Y7, I've seen it creep up at Wave, where it's like all of a sudden you're like thinking about what the competitors are doing and what other people are doing, and I think it's really important to be super authentic. So we started Y7 as like a small pop-up in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, with no money. We started it because we believed that there could be a different way to practice yoga, that we could turn off the lights, that you could be confident in the room, that it could feel like a workout, like all these reasons. And so just like be really authentic. And I think everyone knows like when brands aren't being authentic. And so that's super important. And so, yeah, if you guys want more free meditation content, download the Wave app. But yeah, I wanted to have some time left for some Q&A.
Thank you very much. I got the first question.
I guess, how do you distinguish yourself and your challenger brand? Distinguish yourself and your challenger brand in exchange with like what you think the consumer wants when all disruptive brands now like are starting to feel the same?
Yeah, I think it depends. Like for me, when I look at the yoga space and the meditation space, which is like all I really know, all those brands kind of look and feel the same. It's like this granola, lotus flowers, like very simple, very calm, very relaxing kind of ethos. And so I can come in and just be like, the benefits of meditation yoga are freaking amazing. Like, how can we trick people into doing these things and let them then like grow? Maybe they start with us as a gateway, but it's hard for me to say for other brands. I do agree that I don't think that design is enough. I think that a lot of brands like have nice design, like Fire Festival had nice design, but the experience in the product that you offer has to live up to it. So when someone comes out of a Y7 class and they've just been doing a headstand to A$AP Rocky with sweat dripping in their eyes, like they have no choice whether they loved it or hated it, but to go talk about it to other people. So I think like, yeah, I don't know if that helps answer your question, but hopefully it does.
Oh, we got one in the back.
So you're doing a disruptive brand with like
like a service or a practice that's thousands of years old, how do you like internally differentiate between what can be changed and innovated on and what you really want to keep sacred?
Yeah, that's an amazing question. So it's a balance, right? I don't think there's like hard and fast rules, but at Y7 we keep the core techniques of yoga and instruction and like all those things intact, but we enhance the experience. We try and enhance it with taking the mirrors out and making a candlelit so you can feel confident and using music to help motivate you through. But like we teach you the flows 3 times and then we do 3 different flows, and the first time we teach it to you slow, and because we want you to learn like the framework of how to move your body without hurting yourself. So you have to keep that. And then with Wave, we're keeping the meditation techniques intact. So we work with a bunch of meditation experts, and so visualizations, body scans, like all that, breathing techniques. So we're keeping that. And so for me, it's like a balance of like keeping the rooted stuff that makes this stuff special, but then like tricking people with music and fun stuff to get you to try it. When you have like all these misconceptions of like, I would never try meditation, but like, well, it's music driven, it's fun, it's easy. It's like, do you listen to music? Yeah, I listen to music. So want to try this? Like, oh, you just meditate. Like, so yeah, stuff like that, I think it's a balance.
Awesome.
I feel like the example of like lying down versus sitting up while you're meditating is a really like key example where like I think sitting up is like pretty much what any meditation instructor will tell you to do, but if you're talking to somebody who's not into meditation, kind of tired, kind of depressed, lying down is great to make it bring in.
Yeah.
But it's like when does that switch back to like now?
Yeah. It's a really good point, and the way I look at both brands is gateway. So like start them, like just go from like never meditating to laying down and spending 10 minutes with yourself to then being like, wow, like I might go do a 10-day silent retreat, or I might like, so for me it's like, let's break the misconceptions, let's start people, even if we bend the rules a little bit, but then eventually like hopefully people see the benefits and they yeah.
Awesome. Amazing. Thank you so much. That was fantastic.
Cool. Yeah, no.